Yeah, he does like his Big Macs and Whoppers. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I would have been happy with a large Diet Coke every day for a year. Yeah, I was like, oh
unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Welcome to the big show.
He could go all the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
From the banks of the Ohio River in Toronto, Ohio, the Worldwide Blue Devil Network are proud to bring you Blue Devil football. Hi, everybody. Frank Foti here, along with Mark Tennant, both of us alumni of the Wickliffe High School. And we are literally on the banks of the Ohio River as the Blue Devils tonight have traveled to Toronto, Ohio, not Canada, for round one of the Division VI Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs. Mark, we are literally looking out the window, and across the field is the Ohio River.
That's right, buddy. And we're actually just feet away from your Blue Devils, and as they're on the other side of the field. And boy, I'll tell you what, this is just a wonderful small town driving in
Without
here.
question.
And I mean, when you came off of Route 7, and you're thinking, well, where is this town?
Right.
And then there's it says the ball field is this way, and I'm telling you, it's red knights everywhere. You look up and down, and it's really, really great to see. It's great to be here. We haven't been in playoffs since 2022, I believe, COVID year.
Yeah, COVID year.
Euclid High School was our last game.
Right. That's the year we had a shortened season, 6-0, and then we won a couple of playoff games, and then Norwayne.
And shouldn't have, but they did.
Right.
And that was that. And it's been a long road. And I mean, not only was it a
Good evening, everyone.
the last time we were in the playoffs, but also, I mean, he lost the coach and lost everybody on that team pretty much. It's not a rebuild, it is a redo. And these kids that are here now, a lot of the juniors and the seniors, they bought into the program. They put in their time. They're in the weight room when it's snowing. All hours of the day, the parents. I mean, everything has just all come together this evening. And finally, back here in 2024, we are in the playoffs, and I just can't wait for this game. Talented Red Knight team we're facing, and it should be a good one this evening.
And, folks, if you're wondering, both teams are coming into tonight's game with identical 7-3 records. The Blue Devils on a 4-game winning streak. The Red Knights dropped a close one last week, and if you're wondering, in the pairings in Division 6 in our region, the top 16 teams are in. Wickliffe is in the 10th slot, and the Toronto Red Knights are slot number 7. So
you can't get, I mean, that's as close as you're going to get. It's not like the 16th seed playing the first seed.
Right.
I mean, we're pretty close. So
Exactly.
and the teams are pretty evenly matched, and this is in, especially on the first week. This is where in the pairings and the brackets where you've got the good games and you know, nothing like the 16 against the one seed. So it should be a good one. And you know, talking to both coaches, big respect for each team, and I think both coaches, the commonality between the two of them, when I spoke with this week was that team is good on the other side of the field, and we have to play our best.
Right. And Mark, this is the time of year where on a given Friday night or the weekend, if you're not bringing your A-plus game, you know, your season's going to be over pretty quick.
That's right.
So tonight we'll see what the Blue Devils have in store as the Red Knights, and you know, they're hosting. The Blue Devils are the visiting team, and I have to tell you, as Mark mentioned, the facility down here is just fabulous. And you know, you really can't see the water from here, but from the camera shot, just behind the Wickliffe stands, which is the visiting side, there's a track, and then
the water.
Then the water. So you know,
Jose Ramirez would probably hit about a 300-footer from here
I would say
into the Ohio River.
I would say if somebody's rolling out to the far side tonight and they throw you know, an incomplete pass, it could end up in West Virginia.
That's right. Yeah. And it was a nice drive-by, wonderful day.
Oh,
I mean,
beautiful
the weather
day.
here
Yep.
is fantastic. You know, at home it was kind of cloudy all day, and I believe it still is up there. Right when we started getting south of Youngstown and maybe coming into East Liverpool was when the sun came out.
Yeah.
We've had sun. Now maybe a little bit of clouds coming in. Darkness is starting to set, but it's just a perfect evening for high school football.
Well, and as Mark said, it's been a few years since the Devils have been able to get into the postseason, and this is something that every year they focus on. And tonight is the culmination of, you know, when they get that, you know, when they get started in, you know, early July, and it's those, you know, 2-a-days, and it's hot, and you're, you know, the coaches are pushing you. This is the thing that you have to have in your mind, is to think, if we work hard then and we do what we're capable of doing out on the field, and the Devils did this year, with the exception of maybe the Berkshire game, this is the opportunity that you can have, and we're just excited. This is the first time in a while that for a playoff game I've got like some butterflies. So,
yeah, it seems like every playoff game I've ever been to, I think this is maybe only our 4th one, I believe. There's always the butterflies there, and you know, lots to talk about tonight once this thing gets underway. And on the Toronto Red Knights side, they've got a Division I commit at quarterback number 12 tonight. You're hearing a lot of Zeb Kinsey. He's a 6'4", 227-pound senior. Last week, in a losing effort, 283 yards in a losing effort.
in the air.
In the air, through the air. And then not only is he just a wonderful passer, and he's, you know, I mean, you'll see on film tonight. I mean, you see him in how big of a kid he is, but he can run. And when they need that first down, they call number 12 every single time, and that's something you have to look for. And I think, you know, Wickliffe may be a little bit more concerned about his running ability than they are his throwing ability, because they've got those seniors back there. They can cover the pass really well, probably the best since we've been doing the Blue Devil games in 22 seasons. Probably the best defensive backfield we've got and have had. So they're not, I mean, I was always worried about that, but they really, when Kinsey takes off, that's when he's dangerous.
Well, we'll be finding out in the, you know, in what we've got about 20-some minutes before kickoff. Mark did have a chance. We'll get to that in a little bit to speak with both head coaches to get a little bit of insight on the game. And you know, I checked Doppler Devil weather here not too long ago. It's going to be a wonderful night for high school football. No rain here in the forecast. And it looks like we've got about 50 degrees here, and it's probably, by the end of tonight's ball game, probably get down into the lower 40s. So just about everybody down here is kind of bundled up, because you get a bit of a breeze coming in off the river. You do feel it.
Wickliffe, they're right down there. They're at midfield stripe, the captains for the Red Knights and the captains for your Wickliffe Blue Devils. And the Red Knights have won the toss. They've deferred to the second half. So Frankie Bukar and the Blue Devil offense will be out on the field when this game gets underway in about 21 minutes and 45 seconds.
Wow. Well,
Here we go.
I know, Mark. It's one of those things where I think because of the excitement, it's almost like, well, now what? So,
Right.
and last couple of weeks, the Devils have really, you could see where they turned it up a notch. Last week against Beechwood, and we knew going into the Beechwood game that the Bison had a challenged year. But and that's one of those games where if you take your foot off the pedal, crazy things could happen.
Yeah.
And that game was over in the first quarter.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, 27-0 after the first quarter.
Right.
And, we talked about the running ability, and it's so funny because when went over and was thinking about running backs and the running game for the Red Knights, Frank, the only thing I've heard about that is that the quarterback is the runner. I haven't really heard about any running back. Drake Busher is their starting running back. But reading it, really it comes down to Aiden Philby, the wide receiver core, number 1, Mason Marchbank, number 7, and Brady Fair, number 15. Between the three, well over 25 touchdown catches for the year. So it's a formidable group, and we're going to see just how good they are here in a minute. But first, Frankie Buchar and your Blue Devils will be taking the field right after kickoff, and the Wickliffe offense will be on the field first.
And Mark, since you're making mention about some of the accolades of the Red Knights, we got to give a couple shout-outs to some of your Blue Devils because we found out that this past week, Lake County first team. Want to give a Blue Devils shout-out to defensive line Andrew Darch, linebacker Jackson and Beal, who have also done very well on the offensive side. That's, Ralph Jackson and Jake Beal. And then on the offensive side, and I'm not surprised that, we would learn about this. First team Lake County, Logan Ruskin. And then on the offensive line,
Ryan
Meitzner, and the phenomenal kicker, Drew Rossman. So, always great to see some accolades for some of our guys.
I mean, the one thing about Drew Rossman, the senior that came out in the second week of the season, has never played a football game before in his life. Got the record this year, 45-yard field goal this season, and he made first team Lake County as a kicker.
That's right.
I mean, when does that happen?
Well, no, I think, Mark, they will have a first team for every position. On the both sides of the ball.
But when does Wickliffe send a kicker
to
first team?
No,
Lake County. When does that happen?
As you mentioned it, Mark, you are correct. But and we've seen. I think the only time Drew missed an extra point or a field goal was possibly like a bad snap. This, he's if he's looking to want to carry on his place kicking duties at the next level, one would hope he's going to get some offers.
Well, soccer is his number one game, and he's just very, very good at soccer, which is the reason he can kick a football. I mean, he's definitely all-team first team Lake County in soccer for sure.
Wow.
And he's a story, and it's funny because Frankie Buchar and Drew are best of friends, grew up since they've been, literally 4 or 5 years old. And Frankie said to him after the first week of the season, come kick some footballs. He was up at the field and they hit soccer practice, so they started messing around with the football. And Coach Porcello saw him and said, "Hey, you've got to you got to suit up with us. This coming, you got to make this team." And he came right out and right off the bat. And it was when we were playing at Geneva, we were playing St. John. I was at the game down on the field, and the kickoff. The first kickoff the Blue Devils had, it went into the end zone and out of the end zone. And one of the folks from St. John said to me, did he just kick that out of the end zone? And I said, I think he did. And that's the first time I've ever seen a Blue Devil kicker do that. So just really a really special kid, great at soccer, letterman all Lake County in football, first time out. That's fantastic. And he is a weapon. I mean, if they need something 40 yards and in, he's just about magic every single time. So that could certainly play a part in a game like this since the teams are so well matched.
Well, and Mark, as I'm looking at the field, there's very little wind. Those little flags that they have at the top of the goalposts are barely moving. So, okay, we're going to step aside for the playing of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2024 Toronto High School Red Knight Marching Band.
Well, folks, I think we kind of preempted ourselves a little bit. The marching band is here for the Red Knights, and as of yet, I have not seen I guess we could call them the best damn band in the land.
Well, we have not, and so right now we only have one band here. Tried talking to my brother. It sounded like he was on his way down, and they said if there was a way they can get down here, they're going to be here, but so far we haven't seen them.
So if that's the case, Mark, I think at halftime, you and I will have to do a little routine in place of the...
Eating hot dogs?
Well, no, I think entertaining...
No, we're eating hot dogs.
No.
Oh, Ohio State song.
Well, we're not that far.
So, I guess maybe they're going to do the national anthem here in a second, I believe. No.
Sounds like we have a little bit of a pregame routine.
We'll be able to hear it from the announcer next door. And we are not outside; we're actually inside.
Yeah,
this is the only time we've been inside. I think the last time was Euclid, and Lutheran West was the only times we've ever been outside.
Actually, folks, Mark and I are inside the press box, and I'm told that the Wickliffe coaches normally are. So since we have a few minutes, do we want to if we have some comments from coaches?
Yeah.
We have the technical. There we go. Gang, if you can bear with us, since when
unfamiliar surroundings,
we're in a bit different surroundings, so we're getting ourselves all set here.
So we did have a chance to talk with Knights head coach Jared Aubiel, and had a little bit of time to visit with him this week on the phone and then this week on the field just a few moments ago. Well, the Worldwide Blue Devil Network on the road, playoffs 2024, and we are in Toronto, Ohio, and we are at Red Knight Stadium, and with me is Red Knight head coach Jared Aubiel. Coach, welcome tonight, or welcome us, I guess. This is fun. Playoffs 2024.
Oh yeah, anytime you get to the playoffs, it's a good experience. Happy to be here. Got some goals to accomplish, and it might be difficult because we've got a pretty good team here at Wickliffe tonight to try to play against. So looking forward to the game.
So, Coach, we're going to have a lot of listeners, actually a lot of listeners around the world, and hopefully some of your alumni around the world as well. So for some of the folks that don't know who we're talking about, and we will be talking about this evening on the offense, talk about some of the players on offense and quarterback. Who are we going to hear some names tonight from, and just kind of how you generally run your offense?
Zeb Kinsey, quarterback, Drake Boucher, running back, Brady Fair, Mason Marchbank, Aiden Philby, all receivers for us. Offensive line, you've got Heath Thomas, Andy Silverthorne, Ethan Thomas, Lucas Wiseman, Laz Bloomer. Those are all great kids. Offensively, we just try to take what's there and, kind of go from there.
So, talk about your quarterback, Zeb. He's a commit to the University of Cincinnati, and we do not see a whole lot of D1 commits like in our travels. Must have been fun the last few years coaching him as an assistant, now as head coach.
Yeah, it's been a great time. Zeb's a great kid. He's a great athlete. And definitely been blessed to be able to coach him the past few years.
On the defensive side of the ball for the Red Knights, same record as us. Must be pretty doggone good team. You guys have some great teams down here in this part of the state. Talk about your defense and a lot of guys going both ways, and just really what we're looking for as far as how you all played the game, and maybe even highlight some of the kids that we're going to be hearing about this evening.
Yeah, defensively, Drake Boucher at linebacker, Heath Thomas at defensive tackle, Aiden Philby, Brady Fair in the secondary. Just ask guys to do their jobs, win one-on-one battles, and hopefully get stop scores.
So this year, it looks like a great place for a home game, and the home crowd looks like shows up. Because this is nice little small town. I love coming to these types of places. Talk about your fans and how this is kind of like the only game in town, right? Red Knight, baseball, football, athletics.
Yeah, it's a great sports town here. Baseball, football, basketball, all the sports are well supported here. Great support from the community. Community shows out for us, and we're really excited to hopefully give them something to cheer about tonight.
So finally, when you look at when you saw Wickliffe on film this week, what did you see? Any concerns and those types of things, just as far as from the context of our audience listening to the game?
Yeah, Wickliffe has a lot of team speed, and that's something that we've been trying to prep for as best we can, and hopefully it's something we can stop.
Coach, final thoughts. What did you tell the kids this week? How are they feeling? And were you in the playoffs last year as well?
Yes, sir.
So how are they feeling this year? Is it maybe a little bit of unfinished business, that kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely some unfinished business that we're going to try to right some wrongs tonight and get after it.
Coach Jared Beal, thanks so much. Good luck tonight, and we can't wait. Going to be a good game.
Thank you very much.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And there you had Mark's pregame chat with head coach of the Red Knights. And in a couple moments here, we have a chance to get some comments from Wickliffe head coach Mark Tennant.
Well, the worldwide Blue Devil Network, for probably only the 4th or 5th time in our existence, are on the road, and we are at Toronto High School and Red Knight Stadium, playoff football 2024, and as always joined by Pregame with Blue Devil head coach Mark Tennant. Coach, what a week.
Yeah, it's been fun, and we're excited to be back here. It's been a while, so it's really exciting for us and the boys. So,
as a coach, and you pretty much all the same coaches. Last time you had a playoff team a few years back, it might have been the COVID year, right?
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, and so even for you guys, it must be fun to be back.
Yeah, it's great. We after that 2020 season, I think we lost everybody except one player, and so it wasn't even a rebuild; it was a restart. And I'm really excited and proud for them. Some of these guys, they've taken their lumps over the years, and they just stuck with it and believed in the system, believed in the program, believed in each other, and here we are, week 11.
I think I've asked you this earlier in the season. The growth.
Yep.
Now here we are, week 11. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, these guys have bought into what we were trying to do the last few years, and they stuck with it. They worked really hard in all these off seasons that they've had, and here we are. Now they're playing confident football. So I love it going into week 11. They're feeling good about how we're playing and how we're executing on both sides of the ball.
So when you see this Red Knight team, we don't get to see very many D1 commits, against our team. Mm-hmm. So you see Zeb playing on film. What do you see about the offense? When I even talk to the coach and even other folks in the organization, they never even mention a running back. Mm-hmm. They've got 3 wide receivers and a quarterback, and who threw for 280-some yards last week in a loss. What do you see, and what do you think about those guys?
He's very talented. He can sling it, and he can run the ball. That's really our one of our main concerns is stopping him running the football. When they need to pick up a first down, they're going to run him. And so we gotta I don't know if we've played against a quarterback like this. Like you said, he's a D1 commit, but our guys are we watched a lot of film, we studied a lot of film on these guys, and I think we got a really good game plan, and our defense is ready for the challenge. They're excited. We're going to get a lot of pressure on them, and when we do get pressure on film, we feel like he does throw it up into coverage a little bit. So hopefully we can get enough pressure on him, make him get rid of the ball quick, and we really like our back end.
I need a new screen key. So I had to stop it. I think we're on through my phone.
Mike, I have my computer. I can't reconnect.
Okay, then we won't have a Facebook Live.
Okay. Are we on now?
We're on. Okay, folks, sorry about that. We've had some technical challenges with data down here, and I think we're back on as we are now about 7:14 to go in the first quarter. Both teams have had the ball one time, and the Devils are going to now have their second possession, as it looks like they are going to have 2nd and 10 at about their 32-yard line. So we apologize for that. Apparently the Facebook live feed is not working, but I see that we are up on YouTube, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you all the action. As right now the Devils have somebody down on the field. We'll get a name and number here for you shortly. Again, thank you for joining us here, as looks like it's Ryan
Meisner?
Yeah, Ryan Metzner, the All-A County offensive lineman. So he'll have to come out for at least one play, presuming that everything is A-OK with respect to him. So glad to have everybody with us here tonight. Just try to get everything else up and running here on our little.
Well, I'll go ahead and
go ahead,
grab
Mark.
This. Frankie Bukar is in the backfield, and he has Ricky Feaster to his left. Frankie in the shotgun, looking right, throwing over to Jake Beal, and it bounced off of the 35-yard line out of his hands, and it's going to be 3rd down. Coverage there by number 24, Brody Winters of the Red Knights. On the first possession, we had a couple of good runs, but by Frankie Bukar and Logan Ruskin, but they were called back for a couple of holding penalties. The Red Knights came on. Quarterback Zeb Kinsey had a really, really nice first down run, but they ended up having some penalty issues, and weren't able to score. And then now we are in the Wickliffe second possession. It is 3rd down and 10 on their own 31-yard line. Frankie is in the shotgun. He's got Ralph Jackson to his right.
And they're going to get too much time. I saw the huddle clock go down to 0.
You know, they maybe better tell and show Frankie that there is a huddle clock.
Yeah, probably.
Because he needs to look at it. And this is probably the first field this year that we've had a huddle clock at. Maybe we had it at Geneva for the St. John game, but anyway, so now it's going to be 3rd and long, and that has seemed to, after a couple of holding penalties by the Blue Devils here so far in this first quarter, they've been playing from behind. Frankie's in the shotgun. He's got Ralph Jackson to his right, Frankie rolling to his right, sees Jake Beal to the right. Same play before to the sideline. Jake got the ball. He's at the 40, 45, 50, and knocked out of bounds by number 22, Xavier Kinsey, but not until
he got a first down.
We had a Blue Devil first down here on the near side. And I've got to tell you, normally we are miles away from the field, and we are right on top of it here at Red Knight Stadium. 6:32 to go, no score. And your Blue Devils first down at the Red Knight 44-yard line.
Devils tonight are in their all-white traveling jerseys. The Red Knights are in their all-red, I believe that's their home jerseys. As snap back, the delay back, that's Zivnoska over left tackle, still on his feet. He's down near about the 40. He got down to about the 41. They pushed him back to about the 43, where they'll mark it, as it was Drake Boucher in there from his linebacker position to bring him down. So that'll set up a 2nd and 9, ball marked at the Red Knight 43. Both teams coming into tonight's action with a final, regular season record of 7 wins and 3 losses. Yeah, Mark, I hear us in the backfield, in the background. All right. Handoff there to Ruskin, who's going to take it up the middle. He's got nice gain down to about the 35-yard line. Devils running, out of the wing T. They run a wonderful delay at times, and sometimes they'll run like a trap play. Ruskin had a nice hole up the middle as he was able to get ahead, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 1. Clock running, 5:25 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Devils in that real tight I formation. And now Frankie's taking a look over to the sidelines to see if they're going to check off. They're about 12 seconds on the huddle clock. Handoff right up the middle. It's going to be a first down and more. And that looks like Ralph Jackson. He's inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line, as Jackson was the second back in that eye, and he was able to break it up the middle for a great gain to get him down to about the Red Knight 13-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe, as they are now inside the red zone on their second possession here in the first quarter. Coming to you again live from Toronto, Ohio. As Coach said, I didn't even know there was, when he said Toronto, I thought they were talking about Canada. As Frankie's alone in the backfield. The delayed back is going to be Ruskin. He's got good yardage. He's inside the 10, down about, I'm going to say, about maybe the 6-yard line. Ruskin last week, as you know, if you were with us, he was able to go over 1,000 yards on the season rushing. So it's going to be 2nd and 4. Ball is marked at the 7. Devils can get a first down at about the Red Knight 3-yard line. Yep, triple I formation. They give it to Jackson up the middle, and he's into the, looks like, did he make it into the end zone? He's in. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Mark, the band is not here.
The band is here.
Our band is here?
Right across the way.
Okay, well, if they don't tune it up,
No.
Mark, you know what's going to happen. We'll get the crowd mic in there. So the Devils draw first blood here in Toronto, as now on to try the point after is number 10.
Drew Rossman.
Drew Rossman. Snap is back, the kick is up, and he got that one down. He got that one down to about Cincinnati. So with 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the first quarter, the Devils strike first. Wickliffe 7, Toronto nothing. Here's your fight song.
Extra point is good. 3:59 left to go in the first quarter. Let's score. Wickliffe 3, Devils 7, Toronto Red Knight 0.
Okay, Drew Rossman is teeing it up at the 40, and back in what looks like double safeties is number 1, Aiden Philby, and number 15, Brady Fair, I'm sorry.
He's one of the starting wide receivers.
They're back at about their 10-yard line. As Mark and I are piecing everything back together here, it was a little bit of a craziness here trying to get some data, having some challenges with the Wi-Fi, and we're actually running through an iPhone right now. As the high end over end kick is going to come down, it's going to land and go out of bounds.
They ran about at the 4-yard line, so they're going to bring it out to what, the 35?
I think they bring it out to the 35. So that should set up the Red Knights with decent field position to start.
Uncharacteristic of Drew Rossman. Normally it's out of the end zone, but he might have got a little bit of the side of the foot into that and was able to, here on the near side, just kind of scooch out of bounds before it went in the end zone. And we've got a illegal movement penalty on the Blue Devils, so I don't know if they're going to make him re-kick it.
No, they're spotting it at the 35, so this will be the second set of downs for the Red Knights as they set up at their 35. Their talented quarterback, Zeb Kinsey, in the backfield. He's a commit to the University of Cincinnati. He'll probably become a Bearcat. And it looks like to his left, he's got Drake Boucher, who now moves into the slot as Kinsey fires out into the flat at about the 45. There to pull it in was Mason Marchbank.
Marchbank is a big kid, Frank. Look at that 6'2", 228 receiver.
And he was wide open. So it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Red Knights as they'll have it 1st and 10, ball at their own 46-yard line. They'll see if they can try to answer the scores. The Blue Devils were able to get in, and it's 7-0 Wickliffe as we're down to about 3:55 here to go in the first. Red Knights have 3 guys come over into the slot on the left side as they give a handoff, and met in the backfield was Drake Bruscher. Good pursuit there. And on that,
Jimmy Feaster was
Feaster was one of them, as well as Andrew Darch.
And Davion Marlin, that sophomore who's been playing a little bit more as the season went on, number 0. He's a big kid.
Very favorable spot as they spotted it no gain, but the Devils actually did run him out of bounds with about a yard loss. So we're going to call it 2nd and 10. They put a man in motion. The snap is back, and the quarterback is going to basically make it to about the 47-yard line. Zeb Kinsey, as he tried to get over right guard, and he's a big boy. He's 6'4", 227, a senior. And, in high school, that's big, but that's probably the perfect size for, Division I college quarterback. But it's going to set up the Red Knights with a 3rd and long. They've got to get to the Wickliffe 44 for a first down. So we'll see what they pull out of their Red Knight bag of tricks here as the quarterback is alone in the backfield. Snap is back. He's looking to throw. And he's going to take off and probably, he's got a first down and more. He's into Wickliffe. No, he's still in Wickliffe territory as he's inside the 15 and mark at about the 35. It looked like Zivnoska finally brought him down, but the Devils did not push him out of bounds back at the 35, and he was able to break that tackle. And now they're inside the red zone as they converted, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the Wickliffe 13.
One thing's for sure, Kinsey is not going to go down with a push or just a shove. He's a big kid.
Yep. Kept his balance and got another 20 yards. Gives a handoff as making his way towards the end zone. And into the end zone is Drake Boucher for the Red Knights. So didn't take him long to get downfield. And we'll see as Toronto is on the scoreboard. As the place kicker is Mike Henry, number 20. He's on to try the point after. And it looks like it'll be out of the hold of, we've got a name and number here. Snap is back, kick is up, and the kick is good. The holder there was Max Reavich. So, 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Both teams have found the end zone, and as of right now, it's the Blue Devils 7 and the Red Knights 7.
Well, Frank, I'll tell you what, just really a couple of plays on that made the difference, and especially that run down here on the near sideline by Kinsey, where he broke a couple of tackles and just some really good balance and just a really good athlete, was able to get it down, and then Boucher was able to punch it in to knot it up at 7-all, 2:20 to go here in the first quarter.
So the Red Knights are back out on the field, and it looks like teeing it up is a different player to the actual kickoff. Teeing it up for the Red Knights is number 56, Heath Thomas, and back for the Blue Devils.
He's one of those starting offensive linemen, 6'4",
they get like a ground ball. It's picked up.
That's Wyatt Bamer.
Bamer gets it. Nice return out to about the 37-yard line. So the Blue Devils now will put it into play 1st and 10, and they're going to mark it.
Number 5, Max Reavich.
Yep, they've got it marked at about the 37. So it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the Blue Devil 37-yard line. 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. From the banks of the Ohio River, beautiful part of the state of Ohio. They've got Jake Beal wide to the right side. Man in motion for the Devils. They give it to Ruskin, who's breaking tackles. He gets over, bobbled the ball, but he did recover it as he was working over right tackle.
I don't know if he was just trying to mark the ball, the ref with the flag. I believe he was.
Yeah. But since he did fumble it and recovered it, it's going to be no gain on the play. The defensive liner for the Red Knights, they got some big boys on that defensive line.
They sure do. And the offensive line.
Devils have a back in the slot to the left, one wide right. Frankie looking to throw. He sets, he fires, he gets it out of bounds, incomplete there. He was looking for Jim Wheeler over at about the 48-yard line. Good pursuit there by Drake Boucher of the Red Knights, which he probably threw it a little bit before when he wanted to. So it's going to set the Devils up 3rd and long, 3rd and 10 from their own 37.
Frankie was under pressure from that right side. Drake Boucher was over there, as well as Aiden Philby, number 1.
Frankie rolling to his left again, looking to under pressure, and he's going to get ahead for a gain of about 1, but not enough, as Heath Thomas was there to bring him down. But Mark, he had a couple guys in the backfield pursuing him, and that wasn't able to find anybody open downfield. So it's going to be 4th and 9.
Among those guys, number 7, Mason Marchbank, 6'2", 228 senior. He's the tight end and the D lineman end on that Red Knight team, and just really, really quick. Frankie couldn't do anything with it. It's 3 and out for the Devils.
Drake Boucher is back at about his 32-yard line. The snap is back. There's a rush on. High end over end kick. It's going to get fielded at about the 35. Breaking tackles and running out of bounds at about the 50 was Aiden Philby. And you know what, Mark, on the pursuit there, the Devils, they got to, just like on the run by Kinsey, you got to wrap him up and bring him down, because they could have brought him down back at about the 40, but this is going to set the Red Knights up right, and the ball is sitting literally right on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and if you look just across that front offensive line, the smallest guy is Lucas Wiseman at 5'11", 195. He's a junior. He's the smallest.
Wow. Well, they set up with almost like a full house backfield as we're under a minute here in the first quarter. Snap is back. They're running a reverse. It's going to look like it's a halfback pass. Wide out, wide open.
Aiden Philby.
That didn't take long. They flipped it to Marchbank, who rolled to his right, and in the meantime, Philby got behind everybody, caught it at about the Wickliffe 15, and went in for the Red Knight touchdown.
Little razzle-dazzle on the Red Knight side, successfully. Well, I'll tell you what, that Marchbank is a big kid, and he had a wicked arm. And, of course, Aiden Philby was just all by himself.
So on for the point after is Mike Henry. It'll be out of the hold of Rebic. Snap is back. The kick is a line drive, but right down the middle, and good. So with 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter, that's going to swing the tide in favor of the Red Knights, as it's now Toronto 14 and Wickliffe 7. Yeah, Mark, they caught the Devils napping. It was, for a trick play, that was a good play call on the part of Toronto. Back in triple safety for Wickliffe will be Nunzio Zivnaska, Jimmy Feaster, and Logan Ruskin. And teeing it up for the Red Knights is number 56, Heath Thomas.
Looks like Henry's going to get it this time.
Oh, Mark, you're right.
Maybe he was tying his shoe or something before he wasn't the place kicker, because they did not have the other fellow listed as a kicker.
Right. And the first two kickoffs, they kind of like squibbed him down the field. So we'll see what happens. And again, Squibbler is going to come down, get picked up there by number 1 for the Blue Devils. That's Jake Beal, as a host of Red Knights wrap him up at about the Wickliffe 38-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Blue Devils, as they're now playing from behind, as we're down to about 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Once again, glad to have you with us here on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. As the Devils break the huddle, sending wide to the left side is Jake Beal, and they're in that triple I formation. And they hand it to the second back through, which I believe is Ralph Jackson.
Number 4, Ralph Jackson.
As he tries to go over left guard, a gain of about 2. As number 57 there, Laz Bloomer, there to bring him down. And that defensive line, Mark, they got some big boys on the defensive line there for the Red Knights. As the time is, that's first quarter is history. As after one period of play here at this beautiful field here in Toronto, Ohio, the score, the Toronto Red Knights 14, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 7.
Well, as we got a moment here, Frank, with the second quarter starting, big shout out to my sister-in-law, Terry Tennant, in Wickliffe, holding down the fort as Scott and the band are here. And you're going to hear from both bands at halftime. It's great. And as a matter of fact, I imagine we got a few people to say hello to on down the line.
Actually, Mark, our friends, the Urich family, they're clicking in from Geneva and Kirtland Hills. Our friend Steve Tomko and Olmsted Falls. Our executive producer, David Zeke Booth from the class of 74.
Better mind your P's and Q's.
That's right. Back home in Wickliffe. And looking across at the visitor stands, there have been a nice contingent of Blue Devil fans who are down here tonight to cheer on the blue and gold. About ready to get started here in quarter number 2.
Second down, 8, Blue Devils.
Well, we've got Jake Beal down here on the near side. Frankie rolls left. He's going to keep it.
Frankie's got it. He's across the 45, out to about the 48-yard line, close to a first down. They're signaling first down yardage.
Number 2, Frank Foti, the ball carrier. He's brought down by number 15, Brady Fair.
Brady Fair was there up from his defensive back position to bring him down. So Devils will try to answer the last score, which was a one-play 50-yard drive off the flanker pass, if you will. Devils staying in that triple I formation. They give it to the deep back, who's met hard. He got across the 50 to about the 49, where Brady Fair was there to bring down Logan Ruskin. Be a gain of about 2 on that play. Mark, one thing you could say, both of these teams, you can see in the early going, they came to play tonight.
Sure did.
So it'll be
got that little extra pep in your step when the playoffs start.
Without question. 2nd and 8, Devils need to get to the Red Knight 41 for a first down. Again, they're staying in this, what we'll call it a triple I. They give it to Jackson. Oh, no, pitch it back to Zivnaska. 45-40. He's on the run. He's inside the 20. Still on his feet. He's at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Wow, what a play.
Great play. And I just checked to make sure there's no laundry on the field. So the Devils have answered.
You know what, Frank? That's a play that we've never even seen before. And that was one of the plays that were not on film that nobody has seen.
I think
probably just like the halfback pass from Marchbank.
Exactly. So the Devils answer on a beautiful 48-yard run by Zivnaska. So on to try the point after now is number 10, Drew Rossman. It'll be out of the hold of Frankie Bukar, the left-footed kicker. Snap is back. Kick is up. Right down Broadway, folks, and we're tied with about 10:40 to go here in the half. Here's your fight song. So the Devils are able to answer the prior score by the Red Knights, and it's now 14-all here in the 10 minutes to go here in the first half. As back in double safeties, looks like number 1, Aiden Philby, and I think on the far side there is like number 11, Aiden Coleman. They're standing back at about their 10-yard line. High end over end kick is going to get fielded at about the 8-yard line, out over the 20, trying to breaking a tackle out over the 30. He's got a couple men to beat. He's out up over the 35-yard line as Aiden Coleman there. Nice return on that kickoff. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Knights. Ball's going to be spotted just shy of their 36. Zeb Kinsey is their senior quarterback, 6'4", 227. He's a commit to the University of Cincinnati. And we're told it might be at quarterback or it might be at linebacker. Huddle clock down to about 12 seconds to go as they come to the line of scrimmage. They put a couple players in motion. Snap, and Kinsey's going to keep it himself, and not to be full. Probably the smallest guy on the field right there was Logan Ruskin, who came up from his defensive back position to bring him down, maybe a gain of 1. As Kinsey is known to run as well as throw the ball. Mark mentioned he threw for 280 yards last week in a losing cause. That's impressive at the high school level. So this time they've got, looks like they send Philby wide to the left side. Kinsey alone in the backfield, looking to throw. He's got all day. He's looking long. And intercepted by Wickliffe and across the 50 and brought down there, and that was
Jim
number
Wheeler.
20.
Jim
Wheeler. And Mark, I saw that. He played it like a center fielder.
He sure did.
And he came up and picked it off. And the Devils now, not only are they going to have the ball, but they're in Red Knight territory, as it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the Red Knight 48. A lot of action already, Mark, and we still have 9:39 to go here in the first half. Devils staying in this, what we'll call it, a tight I formation. They hand it to the middle back, and that's Jackson. He goes over right guard, and he gets down inside the 35. They're going to spot it just inside the 35. That's going to be a nice gain there of about 8 yards on that carry. Just checking the feed here, Mark, on YouTube. Huge audience with us tonight. Zeb Kinsey came up and made the tackle. Okay. Again, Jackson.
Same play.
Jackson up the middle. It's a foot race, 10-5. He's going to get brought down. He had one guy to beat, which was, is that number 5? I think that's, no, number 15, Brady Fair. But the Devils now will have it 1st and goal. At the ball just inside the Red Knights 6.
Nathan Abrazino on that right side, opening up that hole, along with number 75, Bennett Goodell.
This offensive formation, Mark, has done very well tonight. As again, they give it to Jackson, and then this time they were waiting for him as he was working his way over right guard. Got ahead for a gain of maybe 1. as it'll be second and goal. And I think on that was Spencer Board.
That might have been a setup play on first down.
It could very well be, Mark. It'll be second and goal for the Devils. They stay in this tight I formation as they give it to Jackson. No, I'm sorry, Zivnoska. Whoa! That looked like, did he not get?
That was not clothesline. He just was going out of bounds. He got hit from behind on the shoulder, and then Nunzio was going on his back, and the other defensive guy just kind of came over top of him.
Looked a little strange as they took him out of bounds, and it'll be now for Wickliffe third and goal, and the ball is sitting at the Toronto 2-yard line.
I got to punch it in here.
As
Logan Ruskin.
They gave it to Ruskin, tried to get over right guard as Heath Thomas was there to bring him down. No gain on the play. So we'll see what the... Are they going to... Are we going for a field goal?
Yes.
Yeah. So on to try what would be a 20-yard field goal, basically an extra point, is Drew Rossman. Frankie the holder. Snap is back. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So the Devils capitalize on the interception, and with 7:40 to go in the half, that now tilts the score in the favor of the Blue Devils, as it's now Wickliffe 17, Toronto 14. Whoop, fight song, Mark. I just got a note here. Big shout out from the guys at the Blueberry Railroad in Geneva, Ohio. We're out there earlier today entertaining a friend from Virginia, a gentleman by the name of Joe Scales, in visiting. And tomorrow, if you're out in Geneva, coal will be burning. Hello, Mike Urich, Marcel Urich, Mark Urich, Carl Losley, Mitch Lane, and the gang. Teeing it up for Wickliffe is number 10, Drew Rossman, after putting in the 20-yard field goal for the Devils. And back deep for the Red Knights is number 1, Aiden Philby, and I think that's number 15, Brady Fair. High end over end kick is going to get picked up by Philby at about the 9, comes across the 20, the 30, still on his feet, finally brought down there. Good tackle there by Jimmy Feaster for the Blue Devils, as it'll be 1st and 10, the Red Knights, as they'll start in decent field position at about their 38-yard line. 7:35 to go here in the first half. Coming to you live from Toronto, Ohio, on the banks of the Ohio River.
We've got
we're about 8 miles north of Steubenville, Ohio, hometown of Dean Martin.
Ashley Wittenberg, Giovanni Agosto, Dale Patravina.
Quick pitch. They tried to get it wide there to Brady Fair, but the Devils were there to meet him up. Jimmy Feaster bringing him down as he tried to get wide on the right side. Gain of 2. I'm sorry, Mark, go ahead.
Well, we were saying a lot of people tuning in. Brian Bowie, let us know where you're tuning in from here on YouTube, as because, we just couldn't get the feedback on the Facebook channel, but we're here, YouTube Live, 7:06 to go here in the first half.
This time the quarterback, Kinsey, alone in the backfield, looking to throw. Devils getting some pressure on him. He's going to roll to his left. He sets, he fires. He's looking long.
That's a duck.
And it's picked off again. It's picked off this time, Logan Ruskin.
Well, I'll tell you
about
what,
the Wickliffe 48, and that was thrown like a wounded duck.
And that was because of Davian Marlin. Davian Marlin, number 0, that freshman, 5'11", 197. If he's 197, I'm a monkey's uncle. He was able to hit Kinsey's arm just as he released it, and right there was the Blue Devils to intercept it. So this is the second turnover.
And these are the things
from the Red
Knights. Playoffs. you get a turnover, you got to take advantage.
Yeah.
So Wickliffe will have it. The ball's actually spotted at the Wickliffe 49-yard line in great field position. Plenty of time to go. 6:50 to go here in the first half. And the Devils staying in this, what we're calling like a tight triple I formation. They give it to Zivnoska, who's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain as he tried to get over left guard Aiden Philby there, number 1, along with number 32, Brody Close.
And Will Kinsey is there as well.
So actually they marked it a loss of 1 back at the 48, so it's going to be 2nd and 11 for Wickliffe. They'll have to get down to the 41-yard line of the Red Knights to get a first down. This time they spread it out a little bit. Where Frankie's back.
Oh,
Look, we got motion.
Big time.
Big time. That's going to back the Devils up 5.
Geo Moppins, actually the whole left side of that Blue Devil line. They were getting ready to pull, so they were going to doing something over the right side, just a little anxious. And you know, when you see that, especially when the whole line, you don't know if it was the line or maybe the center was a half a count off.
That's all it takes. It's all it takes. So this is going to make it 2nd and fairly long. 2nd and 16. Ball is back at the Wickliffe 43-yard line. Good ball game thus far. Devils up 17-14. Frankie rolling to his right, looking to throw. He sets, he fires, completes to number 1.
That's Jake Beal.
Jake Beal. And it completes it into Toronto territory, down to about the Toronto 46-yard line. And that makes it a 3rd and manageable mark. It'll be 3rd and 5. Devils break the huddle quickly.
Kind of in a hurry up, yeah.
Yep, they are in a hurry. Frankie barking some signals now. He's looking over at the sideline. He's got another 19 seconds to go on the huddle clock. Snap is back. They give it to Jackson, who's going to get met over left guard.
Looks like he's got about 2 yards to go for the first down.
Right. Now I'm going to guess that.
Oh, they're going.
It'll be 4th and we'll call it a long 2, almost 3.
I'll tell you what, Ralph Jackson is running with some authority.
Yes.
But I tell you what, that line is just doing an awesome job. Lucas Marty on that line, number 88, Geo Moppins.
So critical play here in the first half. 4th and 2. As now we got whistle, and it looks like I think the Devils are going to take. They're going to take a timeout and discuss it.
Well, that's good. You know, they've got 5 minutes to go. 4th and 2. This is a pretty important down to keep that ball. Also, you just hate to give this ball back to them after that turnover. You just like to see get something out of it, if not clock.
And
at halftime, we're going to be able to feature both bands, and your Wickliffe High School Swing Band will be up first, being the visiting band, and then, of course, the group from Toronto High School. And it's truly a dual band night. Great night for football playoffs. Just you couldn't have started it a better way.
Mark,
I got to think coaches so far has got to be pleased.
I agree. I mean, this is what high school football is all about, and especially in a wonderful small town. When I say small town, Wickliffe's a small town when you think about it. But Wickliffe's a small town in the suburbs of Cleveland. Here we're this is like a
East Liverpool.
That or Steubenville.
Right.
So the Devils coming back out on the field, as we'll see what they dial up here on 4th and 2. They're going to be in their spread wing tee formation. As they
Frankie, nice throw to Jake Beal.
It completes it to Beal in the flat. It's good for a first down, as they were probably thinking they were going to run up the middle. It's going to be 1st and 10 Wickliffe at the 37-yard line. It's somewhere about halfway between the 37-38 of the Red Knights. Blue Devils working rather quickly, even coming out of the huddle. They've got Beal wide to the left side. Ruskin in the.
Get the Ruskin.
He's got it. Woo! Hit hard. Just inside the 35. Wow. And that was number 32. Brody Close bringing him down. As be a gain of about 2.5 on that play. That one's going to sting in the morning, that's for sure. He put a good hit on him.
Brings up second down 8 on the Red Knights 35.
We actually have a little bit of an instant replay here, buddy. We're about 15 seconds off with live feed here.
Due to the buffering. Okay, Frankie in the shotgun. He's got Jackson to his right. He's going to the delay back as the Knights were ready for it. As Ivnaska working over left tackle gets down to about the 30, just inside the 34. So this is going to set up a third and
about 7, 6.
I'm going to call it 6, Mark. It's going to be 3rd and 6, and see what the Devils are able to do. And again, another possession Wickliffe was able to come up with based on the interception. Last time they were able to go down and get a first down. Jackson to the left. Frankie looking.
He's
looking long, and it's going to fall incomplete as looking down the right side was Brody Winters was in coverage there, and for Wickliffe, it looked like Jake Beal was throwing his hand as if like he got interfered with, but I don't think so. So this is going to be, and my guess is the Devils will probably go for it here. It's going to be 4th in a long 6, short 7. See what the coaching staff dials it. Play clock is down to about 10 seconds, so they better get put some giddy up in their step here.
Oh.
There's a delay back. It looks like it's going to be Ruskin, and he's going to get bottled up. Mark and
I think Frankie was thinking they were going to throw a flag because of illegal procedure. They did not, and everybody just seemed to stop.
Right. I think
the play went nowhere. Logan got the ball, and there was nothing there.
So the ball will go back over on downs to Toronto, where they'll have it 1st and 10 with 3:28 to go here in the first half, and the ball is going to be spotted right at the Toronto 33-yard line.
Red Knights take over 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Chris Spizak from Bryan, Ohio, checking in. Chris, thanks for checking in with us here.
Red Knights set up in almost what looks like a full house backfield. They put a runner in motion. It's going to be number 15 there. He's going to get ahead. Oh, we got a flag come in late. Running the ball there was Brady Fair. And I'm going to guess probably a hold.
You know, there was that Laundry was on the field a lot in the first quarter. They
Yes.
kind of really kept it in their pockets. Yeah, it's really calmed down. I think, thank goodness.
And the Red Knights are walking back. Yep, holding on Toronto. So that'll back them up. And in high school, they basically mark the yardage off from the line of scrimmage, not from the
infraction point.
Not from the infraction point. So this should probably set them up with a 1st and 20, if I'm correct. No, maybe it was the infraction point because it looks like it's going to be 1st and about
16.
Kinsey gives a handoff there to number 2. That's Boucher. Tries to get wide on the left side, gets over the 30 to about the 34-yard line, where Jimmy Feaster came up to bring him down and shove him out of bounds. Stops the clock with 3:07 to go. 17-14 your score in favor of the Wickliffe Blue Devils here in the Division 6, Round 1 of the Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs. Ball is actually sitting right on the 35-yard line. They've got to get to their 43. Kinsey looking to throw. He sets, he fires, complete. And into Wickliffe territory there was Marchbank. And Mark, he flings that ball, like a laser.
Yeah.
And he was wide open in the flat, as it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Red Knights at the Wickliffe 49-yard line. They wind the clock. We're 2:50 to go here in the first half. The Red Knights are on the move.
And they get the ball coming out here in the second half.
Yes, they do.
So it'd be good to get a stop here by the Blue Devils.
So they operate out of a shotgun formation. as Kinsey's going to look. He sets, he fires, and it's in and out of the hands. Ruskin, it went in and out of Ruskin's hands, and then it went in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Aiden Philby, and it'll be incomplete. But, Mark, I got to tell you, this Zeb Kinsey, he throws that ball like a laser.
Yeah. Nunzio was also over there on the coverage as well.
So 2:29, it'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, when you watch Kinsey set his feet, it's like, you know, that ball's going to get, it's like a fastball coming in there.
Yeah. Well, they send 3 wide to the left side. Kinsey's alone in the backfield. Got a man in motion to the right. They throw a little flanker screen as Philby gets it. He gets down inside the 40 to about the Wickliffe 37-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down, as Beal was over there to bring him down. A little flanker screen stops the clock with 2:24 to go here in the first half. They send 1 wide left, 1 wide right. They've got 2 in the backfield, almost like a full house backfield. As the quarterback, he's going to take it up the middle and basically go nowhere. As there to bring him down was Darch. After we'll call it a gain of 1, but there wasn't much of a hole there. And Andrew was there to say, "Will you please welcome me to Toronto?" Clock running. We're at 2 minutes. There is no 2-minute warning in high school football. It just keeps a running unless they get out of bounds or throw an incomplete pass. As again, a full house backfield. 3 backs with the quarterback, and they give it to number 15, who's going to get bear tackled, that being Brady Fair, as he's going to be shy of the first down to about the Wickliffe 32, where Feaster came up from his defensive back spot to bring him down. In fact, they ran him out of bounds, stops the clock. Red Knights have all of their timeouts left here in the first half. Wickliffe down to 1. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. They operate out of what I'll call like a full house backfield. Wickliffe showing blitz as got a first down and more. No,
Boucher.
Maybe not. No, Boucher tried to get wide to the left side, Mark, and I think
Nunzio came. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Ralph Jackson.
Ralph Jackson got him, and they're going to be a yard shy of the first down. So it's going to be 4th and 1. Clock running, 1:20 to go. And now we have whistle and what?
Timeout.
Timeout being taken by the
Red
Toronto
Knights.
Red Knights. So with 1:15 to go here in the first half, Red Knights on the move. It'll be 4th and 1. Ball is spotted at the Wickliffe 31-yard line. Your score, Wickliffe 17, Toronto 14. Good action the whole first half.
Really good. I mean, it's just been a really good football game as advertised. You know, I think you and I felt the same way. A little bit of butterflies in here thinking like, oh my gosh, these kids are so big that they're playing against. But I'll tell you what, our Blue Devils, this is probably, you know, we didn't say this after week 3 in that Berkshire game. We were kind of a little bit worried, and then in that Cuyahoga Heights game, things seemed to come together, and they've been coming together ever since.
Mark, something happened when they came back against Cuyahoga Heights. Something clicked, and since then they've been like east wind, you know, running with a full head of steam and the throttle all the way out. So the Red Knights making their way back out onto the field after conferring with their head coach, Jarrett Aubiel.
Coach Aubiel?
Yep. As huddle clock down to about 20 seconds to go. We'll see if the Devils are able to. Mark, I'm going to guess they're going to run something misdirection here.
I think they're just going to go with number 12.
And you could be very right. As the quarterback, he stays in the shotgun. He looks.
No,
he fires, completes. He's got the first down and more as he completed it to Marchbank. And unfortunately,
down to the 3.
And they're down to about the 3-yard line. But as, again, the Devils, they didn't wrap them up.
I think, well, I'll tell you what, he is a big kid.
Yes,
and
he
he's
is.
the one that has a touchdown pass himself. He's got a few receptions already this evening. Just a big kid, fast. And I think the Blue Devils were going to think number 12, just like me, was going to just take it up for a yard or two to get that first down.
First and goal at the Wickliffe 7-yard line. They're in a pistol, and they give it to the back was in the pistol, which was
That's Spencer Board.
Yeah, Spencer Board gets over right guard as number Darch was there to wrap him up, and very little gain on the play. So second and goal from the 7, clock running, 38 seconds to go here in the first half. As they operate it again out of a shotgun formation, put a man in motion. As the quarterback he completes it as not much of a gain on the play.
Nunzio was right there.
Right.
Zivnaska on the tackle.
So with 21 seconds to go, it'll bring up third and goal from the 5. Mark, I'm surprised they didn't try to throw it into the end zone.
Yeah.
I think Mark is rather excited to know that the Wickliffe band made it here so that I wouldn't be performing for all of you at halftime.
Well, we'd have to give you a baton and you have to stand in the middle of that tee out there.
Once again, if we
and the
mentioned,
band did make it. No, I'm sorry. The only reason I know, my brother just tapped me on the shoulder, and he's about 6 feet away. So we know the band's here.
If you were not with us at the top of the webcast or before we had some technical difficulties, this is a wonderful, wonderful facility here in Toronto, Ohio. So we'll see what gets dialed up here. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Well, I'm sorry, 3rd and goal from the 5 with 21 seconds to go in the half. Devils clinging to a 17-14 lead. They've got Drake Boucher in the backfield, put him in motion, so I think quarterback's either going to keep it himself or he's going to throw. He sets, he fires, complete to Marchbank into the end zone for the Red Knight touchdown.
Sorry, folks, with the camera, we only have so much room here, but that's okay. It was a fair score, but Marchbank, heck of a catch and just able to swing right in from the 3, and 20-17 right now. The Red Knights looking to go ahead by 4.
As Mike Henry is on number 20 to try the point after. Snap is back. The kick is blocked. The Devils blocked it, so with 17 seconds to go in the half, that now makes the score Toronto 20, Wickliffe 17.
I'll tell you what, as a wise man once said a long time ago, partner, that could loom large.
Oh, yeah.
When at the come the fourth quarter, we'll see. It's only a field goal, 3-point lead by the Knights. They do get the ball coming out in the second half.
Yeah, the one thing I noticed, Mark, is that the Red Knights have been able to get a lot of added yardage based on missed tackles. I have a feeling that'll be talked about probably in detail at halftime. As now going back deep for the Blue Devils. Jimmy Feaster back at about the 10. Logan Ruskin and Nunzio Zivnaska. They're standing back at about the Wickliffe 15. And teeing it up is Mike Henry. Mike is a 200-pound, 6'1" junior for the Red Knights. And we got a whistle, and
coach came flying down in timeout. Oh, I don't think they had
I don't think they had enough players on the field.
Or they didn't have the right personnel.
So we're basically a kickoff and maybe one play away from halftime here in Toronto, Ohio. And once again on the banks of the Ohio River. Beautiful, beautiful country over here. If you're wondering, probably from Wickliffe, about a 2-hour drive.
Boy, we'd like to thank Rich Coburn and Mark Farrell and the gang
Oh, yeah.
here at
Great facility here.
for all the hospitality.
And the hospitality. All right, now it looks like we're about ready to get after it here for this final 17 seconds of the half. Devils now find themselves behind by 3. They were ahead by 3. The point after this last touchdown for Toronto was blocked as basically a ground ball, shortstop side, picks it up over 35, gets out to about the 39-yard line as get a name and number.
Number 1.
Jake Beal.
Jake Beal on that return. So 12 seconds to go here in the first half. And it looks like the Red Knights are probably expecting Wickliffe to heave one long, as it looks like their safeties are standing back at about the Red Knight. Well, now they're coming up. They were back at about their 40-yard line. As they give Logan Ruskin, who's on his feet. He's off to the races, folks. He's inside the 30. Folks, he's inside the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Wickliffe. Can you believe that? Oh, my Lord. Wow. With 12 seconds to go, folks, if you thought that the end of the Chicago-Washington score was wild, this tops it.
Well, I'll tell you what, really, really nice run by Logan Ruskin, and just, he just having a fantastic senior season.
Unbelievable.
Takes off to the right side, goes down the sideline, then cuts back over the middle, and then it was off to the races.
Snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So that's going to end the half, folks, with the score. Wickliffe 24, Toronto 20. Mark and I will step aside. You'll get to enjoy the halftime entertainment from both high school marching bands. The swing band for Wickliffe will be out here first, and then we'll have the Toronto Red Knight band. Mark, I figured they were going to throw something long, but
yeah,
that's wild.
Just a quick screen over to Logan, and then they just let him do his work and what he does and what he's done best and what he's done very, very well all season long, Frank.
Yep, and he was pulling away from the defensive backs to score that touchdown, and man, that's got to sting if you're on the other side of the ball. So with a half into play here, great game so far here in the playoffs as you find your Blue Devils ahead by a score of 24-20. Mark and I will be back at the beginning of the third quarter. Enjoy halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wickliffe Upper School is proud to present, under the direction of Mr. Evan Slamovitz, percussion instructor Noah Garrison, and low brass advisor Michael Picciano. It's the often imitated, but never yet duplicated, Wickliffe Blue Devils Swing Band. And now, the 2024 drum major, Evan Prisner. band continues its show this evening with one of the most aptly titled pop songs of the last 20 years. It's hard not to feel happy as you listen to our version of Pharrell Williams' Happy. We conclude our performance this evening by heeding the advice of the pop group Walk the Moon, who 10 years ago told all of us to just shut up and dance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wickliffe Swing Band thanks you for your very kind attention this evening. Good luck to both bands and both teams the rest of the school year. And as always, go Devils! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Toronto High School Red Knight Marching Band. Tonight, we present our senior show. First up is this 2002 hit from Avril Lavigne. Here he is, Skater Boy. Next up is this great hit from Rob Thomas. Here is Smooth.
Here's a song everyone can have fun with because it's automatic, systematic, hydromatic. It's Grease Lightning, featuring the Toronto High School Marching Band drumline. Ladies and gentlemen, the Toronto High School Red Knight Marching Band. The Toronto High School Red Knight Marching Band is under the direction of Abby Dixon, assistant director Sandra, Julian and Eric Cox, program instructor Charlie Morris, and major instructor Debbie Whippy. The band, thank you so much.
Well, and there you have it. Nice halftime from both bands. And just as the play on the field was excellent, so were both bands at halftime. I think that was the best halftime show I've seen from two bands in a good while.
Mark, I'd have to agree. Both bands had excellent performances, and actually it kind of mirrors what we've seen on the field. Both
right.
teams, they're going at it. As when we get started here in the second half, the Blue Devils hanging on to a 24-20 lead, and what kind of significant about this was that Toronto was able to score with about 17 seconds left in the half. Wickliffe takes the kickoff out to about their 38, 39-yard line, and with one play, Logan Ruskin took off over around right end and was gone. Outran linebackers in the secondary for a long touchdown run, and that's the difference in this ball game. Mark, sometimes those are the things, if you're Toronto, does it take some sting out, or how do they respond? Because they'll start the second half with the ball.
That's right, and they're down 4 points, where they would rather have been down only 3 if that was to happen with 21. So, as we said, that missed extra point
that's right.
by the Red Knights might come back might come into play here as the game goes on.
And actually, the missed extra point was a blocked extra point.
Yeah.
Wickliffe was able to get good penetration, and they blocked that extra point. But something tells me, Mark, that there's a fair amount of offense left that we're going to see yet tonight by both sides.
And, I think this is when you pull out all the stops, especially on the first playoff game. If you weren't with us for the pregame, I guess you weren't because we were off the air. But great talk with Coach Purcello before the game, and Mars mentioned that they've been working on about a dozen plays all year long and have not showed them on film to anybody. And I would imagine that the Red Knights probably have done the same thing, and I don't think we've seen all of the plays in the first half that they've worked on, so there's probably some surprises still to come from both teams.
I think you're right. And we saw the first Wickliffe touchdown where they ran out of that triple I formation where it was they handed it to the second back, and then he pitched it wide to Nunzio, who took it in, and then we saw what I think you could call probably a tight end pass.
Yeah.
From
that's exactly
the Red
what you
Knights.
call it.
Yeah, they've got a fellow, folks. We've called his name a handful of times. Mason Marchbank. He's a 228-pound, 6'2" senior, but he gets open, and when he has the ball, he's hard to bring down. And they ran where they put him in motion, flipped him the ball, and then he threw a long pass down the field to Aiden Philby, who caught it at about the Wickliffe 15 and took it in. So now, they have a very talented quarterback, number 12, Zeb Kinsey. He's run the ball well. He throws the ball well. He's had a couple of them picked off tonight. One of them was because he was pressured, and then another one I think he just threw into double coverage, and the Devils were able to pick it off.
The second interception he threw, Davian Marlin, the 5'10", 197-pound sophomore, number 0, who really just kind of came on in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
He kind of bided his time, and for whatever reason was really able to shine and really hold his own as a sophomore coming into the playoffs, and continues to really, really shine and really do well for the defense. And I tell you what, and you got to give credit to the guys up front. I mean, on both sides of the ball, it's just everybody has just played as good as I think we've seen them play all year.
Mark,
against a quality team.
Yes, and it does seem like since the Cuyahoga Heights game, they have just continued to work their way up and improve from week to week. And one of the things about the playoffs, in any sport, if you're peaking as you go into the postseason, that's when teams are dangerous.
Yep.
And the Blue Devils have been peaking for the last couple of weeks, and at least the first half we've seen good football from them. And if they can, dial in another solid half, this would be, a minor upset. And I only say that, folks, because we are the lower seed in this game. Toronto comes in seeded 7, we're seeded 10, and as of right now, the Devils are holding a 4-point lead.
I would have to say, and I have not seen any of the scores, but in Region 21, this has got to be probably the best game of the night so far. Although I haven't seen scores, don't know, but I mean, they almost couldn't get a better matchup.
So far. So we're about ready to get back at it, folks. Going back deep as Toronto will have the ball first. They've got number 1, Aiden Philby, and number 15, Brady Fair, back at about their 10-yard line. And teeing it up for Wickliffe will be number 10, Drew Rossman.
The All-Lake County kicker.
Yep.
First team. First year ever in football.
And as Mark mentioned, he hadn't played football prior to this year, and in the second week of the season, just fooling around.
Walked on.
Yeah, basically a walk-on because Coach Purcello said, I want you on this team. And, probably I think other than Kenny Walker many years ago, who was also a soccer player and went on to play professional soccer, Drew has been the next best kicker that we've seen for Wickliffe.
You're right. It's been a while since we've seen Kenny play. Holy cow. A lot of these kids, Frank, that especially when we started 22 seasons ago, got families and things now. We're just kids in high school.
That's right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, so Rossman's teeing it up. And, now being a fall evening, we're now starting to feel it. It's probably down about 45 degrees here on the banks of the Ohio River. We're about ready to get underway here, the second half. Here in the playoffs, basically a line drive kick's going to get picked up there by Philby. It's across the 25, trying to swing right. He gets out over the 30 to about the 35-yard line. We're there to bring him down for Wickliffe. Was number 4, Ralph Jackson. So this will be a fresh set of downs for Zeb Kinsey, the University of Cincinnati commit, as the Red Knights find themselves in a 4-point hole against the Wickliffe Blue Devils. They break the huddle. They send Philby wide to the left side. They've got a back in the slot, couple tightly bunched here on the right side. Quarterback is alone in the backfield, Kinsey. Snap is back. He's going to keep it himself. He's got positive yardage across the 40, across the 50. I think he stepped out of bounds over here at about the 48.
Yep. He did.
But not before he got a first down, as he runs hard.
And that's pretty much how they started the game. I think with just about the same play, and he was able to get about 30 yards out of that. So they've seen that before.
So a gain of about 14 on that one. It'll be 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line as they break the huddle. Philby going wide to the left side. Dickinson in here in the slot on the right. Quarterback in a shotgun. He sets, he fires, a little flanker screen as he gets it to Brady Fair on the right side. And the Devils run him out of bounds in Wickliffe territory down at about the 40-yard line.
Jake Beal was there along with Ralph Jackson
to run him out of bounds, but not before they were able to get another first down. So 2 plays, 2 first downs, as the Red Knights coming out of halftime have something in the works, as the Devils will have to dial up the D. Handoff. Taking off on the left side down to about the 30 there was Drake Boucher, as the only one there to bring him down was Ralph Jackson. If Jackson doesn't get him, he was gone. So again, 3 plays, 3 first downs, as it'll be 1st and 10 Red Knights at the Wickliffe 29-yard line. And Mark, starting the second half, the Red Knights are making it look rather easy as they're moving down the field. As Kinsey alone in the backfield. He's got Boucher a slot on the right side, puts him in motion. He takes it over to the left side. Now the Red Knights move 3 guys over to the right side. Snap is back, and Kinsey's going to keep it himself as he's going to get met at the line of scrimmage by Jackson.
Flag on the play.
And we got a flag, and I think probably, it's going to be a hold on the Red Knights. And that's going to back them up.
You know, they had swung just about half the right side over, off the left side, over to the right, and that's exactly where the play went. But yet, the Devils were up the knife in there, and really not do. Kinsey didn't do too much on that.
So it's going to back them up to their 39. Well, I'm sorry, back them up to the Wickliffe 39-yard line. It'll make it 1st and 20 as they wind the clock. Kinsey, he's got Boucher to his right side. He brings Fair to his right side as well. They hand it to him on the left, and he's going to get brought, slammed down in the backfield.
Ralph
Great
Jackson.
Pursuit there by Jackson. He shot past everybody. That's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play.
And I'll tell you what, he has seen that play before at some point, whether in the film room or earlier in the game. And wasn't fooled at all.
Ralph Jackson tonight on defense has come to play. And actually on offense, he's had a couple of nice runs, but he has really come to play tonight. 2nd and 25, ball back at the Wickliffe 44-yard line. Kinsey alone in the backfield, obviously looking to throw. Good hit. They completed a pass to Dickinson, who's going to get brought down at about the 32. As in there on that stop was number 8, Logan Ruskin, and Devian Marlin, and Jake Beal. So it's still going to set them up a third and 14. Ball at the 33-yard line. They've got to get down to the Wickliffe 19 for a first down. Mark, I can tell you, Kinsey, he throws that ball like a laser. This time he set.
Passes, he sure does. Yeah.
He's got Boucher to his right side, looking to throw. Devils got some pressure coming on him as he's gonna fire it long down, and they completed it down inside the 5. He threw it into a crowd, and it's Marchbank again, Mark.
You know, I got to tell you, Frank, I watched them during pre-games practice that exact same rollout and exact same throw and exact same catch.
Huge gain, as now they're going to have it first and goal at the Wickliffe 3-yard line. And Mark, he had to put it right there because there were 3 Blue Devils there to defend it, and they were not able to defend it. As first and goal, and now they have Boucher and a pistol right behind the quarterback. He takes the handoff, and he busts into the end zone over right guard for the Toronto touchdown.
Wow. Well, that was a fine how do you do to open up the second half.
And especially when you had them, 2nd and 25, and they were not able to, stop them. They made that one look easy, even after getting themselves in a, good offensive hole. So now on to try the point after is Mike Henry. It'll be out of the hold of Max Rebich. Snap is back. The kick is up, and it's down Broadway, folks. So with 8:51 to go here in the third quarter, that now makes the score the Toronto Red Knights 27 and the Wickliffe Blue Devils 24. A bit of back and forth in this one, Mark. 2 teams that have basically been well matched.
Kyle from Willoughby checking in. We've got people from all over. If you're listening on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network on YouTube, let us know where you're checking in from. Thanks so much for joining us on the banks of the Ohio River, and it's fun to say that here in Toronto, Ohio.
It is cool.
It's 27-24. The Devils on the other side of that, down by 3. But this Frankie Buchar and the rest of the offense will be out for the first time here in the second half. And we'll see what they can dial up.
Back deep for Wickliffe is number 11, Nunzio Zibnaska, number 3, Jimmy Feaster, and number 8, Logan Ruskin. And teeing it up is number 20, Mike Henry. They basically, all of their kicks have been like a ground ball, and once again picked up, bobbled there by Beal, and goes ahead out to about the 35-yard line, where a host of Red Knights brought him down, led by Max Rebich.
You know, Frank, we've actually for years and years, Marsh just didn't really have the talent to kick the ball into the air, so the next best thing was to squib, and I would say a lot of high school teams do that, and I'm guessing the Knights included.
So the Devils, they set up Frankie in the shotgun, the snap.
Give to Logan.
Logan's got it, and Mark, they're working that right side, and they've worked it successfully tonight as they get out over the 40 to about the Wickliffe 44-yard line, be a gain of 9. Well, they're going to mark it a gain of about 8, out to about the 43-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Devils. They obviously must have got him out of bounds because the clock is stopped with 8:39 to go here in the third quarter. Devils on the short side right now by a score of 27-24. They bring Beal wide to the left side. They hand it to Jackson, who's met at the line of scrimmage. He tries to get over left tackle, and there was nowhere to go. As leading the charge there was Drake Boucher.
I think it's Basher.
Is it?
I think I've heard that. Yeah,
Basher.
I think that's what they're saying. Yeah.
Okay, we'll call him Basher.
The fellas next to us.
So they actually marked it a loss of 1 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 3. Wickliffe's got to get out to the 45 for a first down. They give it to. Looks like Ruskin's got. He's got a first down and more as he pounds his way out to about. Well, he kept running, but I do think he was down. But he's got the first down and more, as it'll be 1st and 10 Wickliffe right at midfield. The Devils have been working the right side, the wide right side of the Red Knight defense successfully tonight.
I see number 72, Dante Martinez, 190-pounder over there on that right side.
So Wickliffe trying to answer the score from the Red Knights as they have it 1st and 10 at the midfield stripe. Man in motion. They give it to Zivnaska, is trying to get wide on the.
They got a hold.
And he's going to get ahead for about 3, but we're going to have we got a flag on the play. They're going to call Wickliffe for a hold. That'll back them up 10. That's the initial sign on the field. Been a fairly clean game tonight, folks. We had some penalties in the first quarter, and I think this is the first penalty here in the third quarter. So it's going to take it back to the Wickliffe 40-yard line. Yeah, you hate to get behind the sticks like this, especially when you're down on the score and, you know.
On the road.
You're on the road, and the other team is probably going to tee off now. But it'll be 1st and 20. Well, they've got it marked 1st and 19. So this time they set up wide. Jackson in the pistol behind Bukar. Frankie's going to keep it himself. He pitches it to Jackson. He's across the 45, run out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Just about got.
So he got almost all of it back. Got about gain of about 7 on that one. We'll make a set up. That siren you're hearing, folks, is actually from West Virginia. I can see the lights, and it's the other side of the river. So it's going to be 2nd and 12. The Blue Devils need to get down to the 40-yard line of Toronto for a first down, and they're going to bring Beal wide to the left. They've got Logan in motion from the. He's going to take it again, trying to get wide. He's across the 50. He's into Toronto territory.
He's going to throw another flag.
And we've got what?
I don't know. You got a ref in the middle of the field that threw a flag 40 yards from a 40-yard penalty.
Yeah,
I
Mark,
have no idea what he saw.
I'm with you. And it looks like
they got holding on Wickliffe again.
Holding on the Blue Devils.
Yeah, you got to wonder if the officials on our side of the field and the play went to the far side, how do you see that? And you know, you think about it, you could call holding on every play.
Oh, yeah.
Every play in every football game. So that's going to back Wickliffe up to the Wickliffe 46-yard line. It'll make it now 2nd and
12. Full catch longer than that.
2nd and 14. Ball is at the Wickliffe 46, and they've got to get to the Toronto 40. We're just under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. 27-24 Toronto in this one. Huddle clock winding down. Frankie looking to throw. He sets. He's under pressure, and he's going to get sacked back at about the 40-yard line. That was number 57, Laz Bloomer, brought him down. So that's going to...
Frankie can't hold the ball that long.
No, you can't. You got to either throw it away or...
Yeah, he should have threw that away.
Yep. So it's going to make it 3rd and 19. Ball spotted back at the Wickliffe 41-yard line.
Guess you call that a coverage sack.
Yeah, you could.
But I call it he should have threw it away sack.
Well, we've seen the Devils do a few surprising things tonight already. With, you know, where they had to get huge chunks of yardage. We'll see what they have bring in from their bag of tricks now. They've got Ruskin in a slot, and we're going to take a timeout. Timeout Wickliffe with 5:59 to go in the third quarter, and your score, Toronto 27, Wickliffe 24. During halftime, I did check. If you're wondering, at halftime at downtown Cleveland, the Cavaliers were up on Orlando by 19, 63-44. So hopefully they'll keep that magic going. Or actually, they're playing the Magic tonight, but keep things going for themselves in a positive vein.
Shout out to Dave Eisen. Dave checking in. 2004 graduate. He's in Stowe. Thanks for being with us, Dave. Thank you. Wherever you're at along the Worldwide Blue Devil Network this evening, let us know where you're listening from. It's getting a little chilly here, but it is just perfect night for football. And it is now third down for the Blue Devils.
3rd and 19 as they've setting up what you have to figure is probably a pass. Frankie sets, he fires. It's a hook and lateral. Hook and lateral. He's gone. He's gone, folks. Hook and lateral. Make sure there's no flags on the field.
No flags.
And it was a hook and lateral. They hit the wide receiver who flipped it over to Nunzio Zivnaska, was down the right sideline, and the Devils have answered. Wow. Mark, they have
30 points already.
They've got 30 points on the board, and they have just been magical. They dialed something up special. We saw a hook and lateral once in that game at Grand Valley in the playoffs that went for a touchdown. Snap is back, the kick is up, and it's right down the middle.
Probably haven't ran it since that game.
Maybe not. 5:49 to go in the third. The score, the Blue Devils 31, the Red Knights 27. And here's your fight song. Well, Drew Rossman be teeing the ball up here shortly, as back in double safeties for the Red Knights is number 1, Aiden Philby, and number 15, Brady Fair. I wonder if they have something going on, because they're in their like kickoff huddle, and they're had a little bit of added time there. Huddle clock down to about 10 seconds. And you can get a delay of game penalty on a kickoff. As we've got a
onside,
like an onside kick.
We got it.
And the Wickliffe Blue Devils have recovered it. Wickliffe has recovered the onside kick. Mark, when they were taking all that time, I was wondering about it, as Wickliffe will have it 1st and 10 at the Red Knights 40-yard line. And he just, it's like he squibbled it like a hard ground ball. It bounced off one of the up men, and the Blue Devils were there to pounce on it, as they'll see if they can take advantage of this and stretch this 4-point lead. Since we're on the home side, you can hear the locals not happy, as Ruskin's going to take it. He's inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line, where he's bottled up there by Drake Basher and Brody Close. And you know, Mark, these are the things when you make something like that happen, you got to take advantage of it.
They got at least get at least 3 out of this. But boy, we need a touchdown here. That would blow it open.
So, clock running, 5:10 to go in the third. Devils up 4, 31-27. Very exciting game so far, folks. Beal wide to the left side. They're in that tight eye, as Jackson barreling his way over right tackle, gets down to about the 36-yard line, where the linebacker Zeb Kinsey was up to bring him down. So it's going to set up a 3rd and 6, and Russ Dickinson was also in on that tackle.
Well, I tell you, Ralph got a nice head of steam going. He got a good 4 or 5 yards before he was met. But just everything's going forward. It's just they've always been falling forward, trying to move as fast forward as they can in the entire game, which is something we just haven't seen a lot of.
Huddle clock down to 7 seconds. Frankie looking to throw. He fires, and a little too high there as he was looking for Logan Ruskin down at about the 30-yard line. And in coverage there for the Red Knights, I think that was Brady Fair from his safety spot. So this will bring up a 4th and 6.
Let's go, T, get ready.
See what the Devils are able to dial in. Huddle clock down to 15 seconds. Snap is back. He looks, he fires, and it's in and out of the hands of Ruskin at the 30, like the same play. It falls incomplete, and the ball now will go over to the Red Knights with 4:16 to go here in the third quarter. Man, Mark, you talk about momentum shifts tonight. It's been back and forth, like crazy. As now the Red Knights will have it 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. They break the huddle, and they've got their talented tight end Mason Marchbank wide on the left side. Kinsey hands it to Basher. He's not going, he may have gotten a yard or maybe 2 over left tackle, and a host of Devils there to bring him. No, they're going to mark it no gain on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Ball at their own 36-yard line from this beautiful field here in Toronto, Ohio, literally on the banks of the Ohio River. This time they send 2 wide left, 2 wide right, 1 back in the backfield. Fair in motion. Quarterback looking to throw. He sets, he fires long, way overthrown as he was under pressure there from number 65 for Wickliffe, Chris Sather. And I think, Mark, he was just trying to get rid of it. And, like you said, take no time, find your guy. If not, get rid of it, as compared to taking a sack. So it'll 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. They've got to get out to the their own 46 for a first down. Clock down to 3:31 here in the third. 31-27 Blue Devils. It's been a seesaw battle the entire game. Quarterback looking to throw. He's under pressure. He completes it, and it's going to be caught for a first down as Mike Henry pulled it in. On the coverage there was
Logan Ruskin.
Was Ruskin, and it almost looked like he was going to knock it down, but he was able to pull it in, get it into Wickliffe territory, and a fresh set of downs. And that was, combination, good throw by the quarterback. And now they're set up where in a Wildcat setup.
McKinsey's wasn't even in the game.
Number 15 was Brady Fair as he gets wide on the right side, run out of bounds at about the Wickliffe 42-yard line. Yeah, Mark, I think they set it up almost like in a Wildcat, although still on the sideline is Zeb Kinsey. So actually setting up in as the quarterback right now is number 7, Mason Marchbank. The snap again goes to Fair. He's going to get met at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get ahead to about maybe the 40-yard line. We're brought down there by a host of Devils led by Nick Oboski. And now the Kinsey coming back into the huddle. So we've seen a couple of, like curveballs thrown by both teams at the other one as they were running the Wildcat a couple plays there as Zeb Kinsey's back in at quarterback, and standing right behind him is Drake Basher in a pistol formation. The snap, they give it Basher up the middle, and he's going to be close to the first down. I think he's going to be just shy of first down yardage.
Ralph and Logan on the tackle there.
So
nice, good first contact from Ralph, and then helping clean it up is Logan Ruskin, close to the first down.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 2. The ball is at the 37-yard line. They got to get to about just outside the 35 for a first down.
That's a short 2.
It is a short 2. Down to 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
He's going quarterback sneak.
He's going to, the quarterback, again, Kinsey right up the middle as he gets down to the 30-yard line. And Mark, you got to tackle.
Well, he's that big frame. He scrouched down to where he was about 3 foot tall and just and then cocked back his left leg and then just went right over left guard and was able to get that
It's almost like
down.
they were running that play that the Philadelphia Eagles run, And once again, they're in the Wildcat, and Marchbank takes the snap. He's going to get run out of bounds at about maybe the 28-yard line as he tries to sweep it to the right side. And a host of Devils there.
Clock kept rolling. He didn't get out all the way.
Yep, down to about minute 15 to go here in the third quarter. Devils clinging to a 4-point lead, but the Red Knights are on the move as they have it 2nd and 7 at the Wickliffe 27. Kinsey back in at quarterback in the shotgun. He's alone in the backfield. Snap is back. He's looking to throw. He fires to Marchbank. He's got it at the 20. He's going to get brought down at about the 21-yard line. As Zivnoska came up there from his defensive back position to bring him down. Mark, between Kinsey and Marchbank, that's pretty much been the bulk of their offense tonight.
Yep. Sprinkling a little bit of Basher, and that's exactly right.
Yep. It'll be 3rd and 2. Just under 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. As they set up in a full house backfield. Snap. And the quarterback's going to keep it himself. And he's inside. He goes wide to the left as he gets inside the 10-yard line down to about the 7 or 8-yard line. It'll set them up with a 1st and goal. They'll wind the clock, and that's pretty much going to run out the time here in the third quarter. So we've got 3 quarters in the books here, folks. 12 more minutes to go. As after 3 quarters, your score, the Wickliffe Blue Devils 31, the Toronto Red Knights 27. After tonight's game, the Devils will have a good 2-hour ride back to Wickliffe, Ohio. Definitely one of these ball games where there has been a massive ebb and flow of momentum. It's almost like whoever has the ball has the momentum. And right now, the Red Knights are inside the red zone as they'll have it first and goal at the Wickliffe 8-yard line. I think as when Mark talked to Coach Frisello before the game, I think, and he talked to both coaches, they both knew they were going to have their hands full tonight, and they have.
They sure have.
They sure have. So the Red Knights, they break the huddle. They send Brady Fair wide to the right side. They operate out of an interesting full house backfield, which is out of a shotgun formation. Quarterback's going to keep it himself. He's going to get tripped up at the line, but as he goes wide to the right, Kinsey gets inside the 5 down to about the
Number 11, Nunzio Zivnoska.
Zivnoska brought him down. And
yeah, but it wasn't until he was hit by Logan Ruskin at first, and Logan got shaken up on that last play at the end of the third quarter, and he was the first one to meet him, and I think he's still not right, but he's still out there playing.
So second and goal from the Wickliffe 3-yard line. They stay in this full house setup, and the quarterback's going to keep it himself, go wide to the right side, and make his way into the end zone for the Red Knight touchdown. So, Mark, there goes that pendulum of momentum back the other way.
And you know, Frank, that the momentum shift is happening. And the defense, and a few people have actually commented that's already tuning in, and I was thinking this myself. Maybe they're getting a little tired.
It could be.
And the offense needs to kind of put a drive together to give these guys some, some incentive to keep going. But they do need Frankie and company need to come out here and need to have a really good drive.
On for a point after, and again blocked. And as the Devils got a good rush, Logan Ruskin in there to block it. So that'll leave the score, Toronto 33, Wickliffe 31.
Well, I'll tell you.
And twice we've blocked point afters tonight.
That's the second one. And Logan Ruskin, as I was just saying, looked like he was a little bit shaken up. He was the one that blocked that
He's
field
the
goal.
one that blocked it.
I'll tell you what, he's just like, as they say, that bunny in the battery guy. He just keeps on moving. And I'll tell you what, he's really, he started out, good, real good, playing really good at the beginning of the year. But, boy, like I said, after that Cuyahoga Heights game, him, Frankie, Ralph, Jimmy, they've all really started to play well. And Nunzio, yeah.
Speaking of which, going back deep for the Blue Devils is number 11, Nunzio Zivnoska, and number 3, Jimmy Feaster, and they have Ralph Jackson back deep now. So I think they're getting Logan a breather,
yes,
Mark.
I believe they are.
Teeing it up is number 20, Mike Henry. Basically a hard ground ball. We got a whistle and what?
I think they got an offsides.
Yep. Offside's going to be on the Red Knights, so they'll back them up 5 yards and kick it again.
Well, you don't see that very often, them calling offsides on a kickoff.
No.
And, it's funny that they still kind of do the kickoffs the way because of what the pros have went to when nobody moves until somebody touches the ball.
Right.
I wonder if they're going to do that in high school.
You never know. Well, now we'll be teeing it up from the Red Knight 35. And they basically, it's like they kick almost like a hard ground ball to the shortstop. And in the area of Jake Beal, who's been the recipient a number of times. And once again, this time it's going to come down and go out of bounds. So we've got another flag, and I think the Blue Devils now will start 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Well, partner, here we go. Final stanza.
I know.
Wow.
You got to figure a game like this, we've got 11:22 to go. This is the last, quarter for one of these teams, and both of them have played tremendous ball tonight. Both teams. Devils breaking the huddle. We got whistles and what? Now what?
Official timeout.
We have one of the linesmen coming up to talk to the lead official. And you got to figure that, Mark, for the playoffs, hopefully the crews that they put in these games are the better guys.
I wonder who has to watch all the high school football games
Mark,
every week to grade it.
They moved it up to the 40-yard line.
Because was it in front of the 30 that it went out of bounds?
I don't know.
Well, it did.
Well, in any case, it's 1st and 10 Wickliffe. Now we've got another official timeout because we've got
Bob asking the ref. I think because he's saying where the ball went out, it was on this side, on the plus side of the 30, and they would get the ball if it goes out of bounds there. so they moved it up, probably by rule.
I mean, I've always seen when the kickoff goes out of bounds, they just set it at the 35-yard line.
But it's always like way down the field. It's never kind of in front. They didn't kick that ball far at all. It kind of just line drived it right out of the bounds in like the 31 or 32-yard line. So now are they moving it back? Oh no.
No. Well, whatever the explanation is, their coaches seems to be satisfied. 1st and 10 Wickliffe. We're going to get back to football. Snap is back. The handoff to Jackson, trying to get wide on the right side. He gets out to about close to the 44-yard line, where up there to bring him down was number 6, Russ Dickinson.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ralph Jackson running very well and kept those feet going. He was initially hit at the 41, but was able to fall forward for another 3 yards, gain of 4.
And you know, the Devils have worked that right side of the line pretty well, Mark. At some point, you got to wonder if Toronto's making an adjustment for the right side of the Wickliffe line. Logan's got it, trying to get wide right, and he's going to get slammed down in the backfield. That was number 56, Heath Thomas. It'll be a loss on the play. A loss all the way back to the 40, so it's like the original line of scrimmage. That'll set up Wickliffe with a 3rd and 10, clock running, just under 10 and a half to go in this one. The Devils find themselves down by 2, 33-31. Huddle clock is down to 7 seconds. Snap is back. Frankie's looking. He sets. He fires. He's looking long. Zivnoska was looking for a flag, but
I don't know who was in the wrong. I don't know if Nunzio didn't run a route as deep as he should have because Frankie threw it way over his head.
Right. Well, it's going to bring on a punting situation.
Doggone it.
Right. So back to punt for Wickliffe will be number 8, Logan Ruskin. And in a single safety is number 1, Aiden Philby, back at the Red Knights' 30-yard line. Red Knights looking like they're going to be bringing pressure. Snap is back. Yeah, they are bringing pressure. And he's not a great punt. It's going to be a high end over end kick. It's going to take a Wickliffe bounce. It's going to roll inside the 40 down to about the Red Knight 36-yard line. So 9:43 to go in this one as Devion Marlin was there to down it. It'll be 1st and 10 Red Knights. They have the ball and they have the lead, 33-31, as we're making our way through the final quarter here of this Division VI playoff game down here in Toronto, Ohio, on the banks of the Ohio River. And if ever there was a time, Mark, where the Devils need a stop, it's right now.
They sure do. They can't let them. Can't let them march down the field.
They set up in a full house backfield. They hand it to Basher, who's right up the middle. Good gain out to about the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 on that play.
Number 11,
Zivnoska finally came up and brought him down, but they opened up a nice hole over what would be right guard, between right guard and right tackle. They set up, they bring Aiden Philby wide to the left side. They stay in a full house backfield. Devils bunch up the center of the field. Basher's got it across the 50. He's got first down. He's in Wickliffe territory, down to about the Wickliffe 44-yard line.
Logan Ruskin was able to bring him down, or he might have probably had another 10.
Yep. Ball spotted between the 43 and 44-yard lines. Clock just under 9 minutes to go. Red Knights in no hurry. You're sitting on a lead like this, they're going to try to run off as much time as they can. put a man in motion. They give it to Basher again. He's met at the line, and hard tackle there by Jimmy Feaster at about the Wickliffe 41-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. We'll set up second and a short 7.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd down and 7.
Clock coming down to about 8 minutes to go in the game. Devils find themselves 2 points shy. Again, a full house backfield. Snap is on the ball's on the ground. The ball is on the ground.
Wickliffe got it.
And I think the Blue Devils have it.
They do.
The Blue Devils have it in Red Knight territory, Mark.
That was Logan Ruskin.
Logan Ruskin recovered it. Kinsey looked off to his side. He was not expecting it.
Folks.
And they snapped it. It bounced off him, and the Devils have recovered. So with 7:56 to go, Mark.
Fire the cameraman.
Wow. That's 3 turnovers tonight for the Red Knights. 2 interceptions and now a fumble, which was recovered by Wickliffe. So we'll see what the Blue Devils can do with another gift as they break the huddle. Huddle clock down to 20 seconds. The handoff is to Ruskin. He met hard by Zeb Kinsey. No gain on the play. And Mark, I think they're trying to go to the right side too often. I think they need to work the left a little bit.
You know, it just seems to me they're always, whatever hash they're on, they go to that short side of the field, it seems like, every time.
Well, I think Toronto's looking for it now. You know, it's almost like they're playing, because Wickliffe is feasted well on the right side. Again, they're in that tight I formation. Frankie up under center and pitches it wide to the left. Inside the 50, Zivnoska's met and brought down at about the 46-yard line, where good open field tackle there by number 12, Zeb Kinsey.
And, you know, I don't know why Nunzio stopped there. He shouldn't have kept going. He could have outran him.
So it's going to be 3rd and 7. They've got to get down to the 39 for a first down. Huddle clock down to about 17 seconds to go. You can feel the energy raising. They're changing the play at the line. Frankie pitches it wide to Zivnoska inside the 40. He's going to be close to first down yardage. It depends on the spot.
It looks like he's got it.
No, Mark, this official here closest to us has marked it just shy of the 40. So they've got to get to like the 39 and a half for a first down, as they ran the quarterback option, and he was able to get a good gain on that play. Dickinson was the one that came up and brought him down. So 4th and 1. Season on the line, folks. 6:20 to go.
Just take it, Frankie.
Devils down 2. Frankie changing the play. 10 seconds to go on the huddle clock. The Knights jumped. Come on. They jumped. They jumped. They jumped. They were in the neutral zone.
I know, I realize that.
Why didn't they throw a flag? They were offside.
Wickliffe had to call a timeout there.
Oh, my gosh. Well, the officiating's been good up to this point, folks, because the 3 interior linemen of the Red Knights were definitely in the neutral zone. And that is an infraction, and that would have given the Devils a first down. But Wickliffe takes a timeout. They are down to 1 timeout remaining with 6:24 to go. Matter of fact, you could see the Wickliffe coaching staff yelling from the sideline, offsides. And they were offsides, make no mistake.
And they made him take a timeout.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, Mark, this is easily fixed. Just get the first down.
Yes.
Well, the Devils coming back onto the field after conferring with
Fourth down for the Blue Devils.
Jackson's got it. He's got the first down and more. Finally knocked out of bounds inside the 35.
And that was the second effort from Ralph Jackson that got that first down.
And they went to the well again, Mark. They were able to, make something happen on that right side. So 6:18 to go. It's 1st and 10 Blue Devils at the 32-yard line of Toronto. Because he ran out of bounds, it stops the clock. Devils in that I formation. Feaster on the handoff, and he was met right at the line. He was met there by Russ Dickinson. Good tackle there. No gain on the play.
Really just need to get about another 10 yards, partner, and they can get Rossman out there.
Mark, I keep wondering why they're not working the left side, the wide side of the field. I mean, they've worked the right side very successful.
Because they're on this hash, that's why Coach does this.
So this time, Frankie in the shotgun. Snap is back. The delay is back to Ruskin. He's up the middle. He's down to about the 25-yard line. The Red Knights are claiming that they stole the ball, but he was down by contact.
And his progress was stopped, too.
You're right. The progress was stopped at about the Red Knight 26. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. The clock running down at about 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
They're within Rossman range.
Mark, this is one of those things. I don't think we want to try that just yet.
No, not at all. Heck no,
but
5
you're
minutes
right.
to go.
Devils stay in what we call this I formation as they give it to it was the middle back working over right guard. Ralph Jackson gets inside the 25. No, they got it at about the 25-yard line.
It's a big 4th down, partner.
Mark, this is the ball game right here.
I don't know.
It's going to be.
I don't know. I would.
4th and about 3 yards to go. Ball's at the 25. They've got to get to the 22. I would say this is your ball game, right here.
I think they should have went for the field goal.
Looking to throw, he sets.
And it's deflected.
Incomplete. Was deflected at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will go over with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go over to the Red Knights.
And, because of that penalty they did not call, the Blue Devils had 2 timeouts left now. They only had 1 timeout
They've got
left.
1 timeout.
And they have to stop the Red Knights here. Frank, with down by 2, I would have went for the field goal on that. That's within Drew Rossman's wheelhouse.
Well, we'll see what Toronto does here. Is they've got the lead, they've got the ball, and time is sort of on their side as they give a handoff. Looks like Basher, who's going to get met hard at about the 27-yard line.
Handoff up the middle to number 22, Xavier.
It's about a couple there, huh?
He's brought down by number 9, Nick Oboski.
As Oboski was there to bring him down, clock running just under 4 minutes. And you got to figure that the Red Knights are probably going to use up as much of the huddle clock as possible. They break the huddle. They're sending Brady Fair wide to the left side.
Yeah, I wouldn't snap that ball till it's 3 seconds to go.
And the quarterback, Kinsey's going to get it. He's going to keep it. He works his way over the 30.
He ain't got it.
He's going to be shy of the first down by about 1 yard. He's got to get to the 35. Ball's marked at the 34. Clock running, 3:10 to go. Devils down 2, 33-31.
They need to stop here.
Mark,
they stop here, they'll kick the ball. They're not going to go for a 4th down in their own.
He's going to run up the middle, Mark. And he's got the first down as the quarterback goes over right tackle gets out to about the 40, and that's going to set the Red Knights up in a good situation as the clock is now, they've wound the clock, 2:50 to go. No matter the outcome, Mark, the Devils can hold their heads high without question. I realize they possibly could have gone for that field goal, but they can hold their heads high.
Well, it ain't over yet.
No, it's not over.
I don't hear a fat lady warming up.
Snap is back. And they give it to Basher, who's across the 50. He's into Wickliffe territory. Down to about the Wickliffe 47, where Jimmy Feaster finally brings him down. It'll be a fresh set of downs for the Red Knights. Clock now coming down to 2 minutes to go in this 2024 season for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. They set up in like a pistol formation behind the quarterback, Kinsey.
He just called an offside on the offense.
Yeah, we've seen some interesting calls tonight by this officiating crew.
Boy, we needed that call about 2 minutes ago.
Right. You're right, Mark. We did.
We did that 2 minutes ago. We did get the first down on that, though, but we had to take a timeout and run another play.
Well, they'll now wind the clock. 1:45 to go. It's 1st and 15, but unless the Devils are able to, pull a miracle out of the Devils' tail, the season is winding down. The snap is back. They hand it to Basher.
There's a hold.
Across the 50. They missed a hold for sure. There was a hold they missed. He got the 5 yards back, as now we got the Blue Devils taking their final timeout with 1:25 to go.
Number 0, Davian Marlin, on the stop.
And when we get back to football, it'll be 2nd and 9 from the Wickliffe 47-yard line. And with respect to the Toronto Red Knights, all they really want to do is run off this last minute and 25 seconds. As always, we thoroughly enjoy bringing the Blue Devil games on the Worldwide Blue Devil Network. I'm not writing them off yet, folks. Crazier things have happened, as we saw at the end of the first half. The Devils are now out of timeouts, and it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Red Knights. Wickliffe has pretty much everybody up on the line, and Ralph Jackson nailed Brady Fair in the backfield. A loss of at least 5 or more takes it back to the Red Knight territory, to their 47.
Number 4, Ralph Jackson, in on the stop for the Blue Devils.
As it'll be 3rd and, looks like they've got it marked 3rd and 15. Clock now just under a minute to go in this one. Huddle clock is down to 15.
For the Red Knights.
As the quarterback, he's going to get across the 50, down to about the Wickliffe 48. We're down to 33 seconds to go, and the Blue Devils can't stop the clock. So that's going to do it, folks.
They don't even have to run a play.
They don't have to run a play. As the final tonight is going to be the Toronto Red Knights 33, our beloved Wickliffe Blue Devils 31, and that'll bring a close to the 2024 season for the Blue Devils. And Mark, they have no reason to hang their heads. And as you can hear, since we're situated right by the home crowd. They're rather happy.
We're on top of the home crowd.
Yeah, we are on top of the home crowd. As that's going to wrap it up, as the teams will now congratulate each other. And we wish the Red Knights all the best as they move on in the Division 6 Region 21 playoffs. The Devils will finish with a record of 7 wins and 4 losses, but they have every reason to be proud of their efforts here tonight. So, Mark Tennant, another wonderful year that we've been able to engage the Worldwide Blue Devil Network, made possible by the Wickliffe School Alumni Association. And most of all, I want to thank everybody who clicked in tonight and joined us for this exciting game, as the Devils were in it right up to the end, as the final tonight from Toronto is the Toronto Red Knights 33, your Wickliffe Blue Devils 31. Have a great night, everybody.
Give it up for both teams for a very, very good.